The Ton chain is experiencing huge growth this year. All its metrics increased by 10 times or even more.
The users are really engaged because of the game virality mechanics.
And that's how we got recently to the pivot towards Telegram, because we see that is one of the popular places where we can host community.
So we're launching our testnet, and in the future weeks, we're going to be onboarding our first partners on the mainnet. Then after that, we're going to go through some investment rounds, and then we're going to plan the TGE approximately in 2 months.
My name is Anton, and I'm a developer advocate at Chainstack. And today I'm going to talk about Chainstack and how we help Web3 builders with Ton integration. First, Chainstack is a Web3 development and infrastructure provider, and we help in building applications based on blockchain in various domains. Chainstack Cloud is a perfect solution for Ton builders or anyone who wants to interact with real-time data from Ton blockchain or to work with historical data from nodes. We run Ton API on Chainstack Cloud as global Elastic nodes, and behind each of these global Elastic node, there is a pool of nodes among which the load is distributed. Each global Elastic node provides 2 endpoints. The first one for real-time data, and it's powered by Ton Center API version 2. And the second one is powered by Ton Center Index API version 3, and it's perfectly suits for, it's great for building advanced analytics and doing research. Apart from that, we provide testnet faucets and develop and publish different tutorials and provide all kinds of support for our customers along their journey. The Ton blockchain is experiencing huge growth this year, and all its metrics increased by 10 times or even more. And of course, its main advantage is that it has access to a multi-million Telegram audience. Currently, there are more than 1 million daily transactions, and the value of total assets exceeds $400 million. With this access to Telegram audience, how to onboard this audience? And one of the ways is to use Telegram mini apps, and they are very popular, and they are driving growth for Ton. And basically, it's web applications running inside Telegram, and users don't even need to leave Telegram to interact with the blockchain. And there are different also projects. The most popular are tap-to-earn games, and they try to distribute free airdrops. Currently, the largest ones are Notcoin, Dogs, and Hamster Combat. Notcoin and Dogs have already completed airdrops, and with each of these airdrops, the Ton core team introduces enhancements into the blockchain. And by the way, today, the Hamster Combat is sending their airdrop to this huge audience, 100 million users on the blockchain, and it's happening today. So, and one of the enhancements in this airdrop is that there is a new standard for tokens called mintless jetons or mintless tokens, and it allows teams to minimize gas fees and a few other advantages. So also there are virtual currency in Telegram mini apps called Telegram Stars. It's a very smart tool, I would say, because Telegram Stars can be purchased with bank cards. So traditional users can buy Telegram Stars and purchase digital goods and services. And then sellers can convert these Telegram Stars into Ton coins. So it's like another way of onboarding traditional users. Also, there are apps like Tada, a ride-hailing application that tries to bring to Ton to Web3 Rails traditional services. And currently, they are operating in Singapore, and you can order a ride with your Ton coins. Also, Ton has huge potential in the DeFi space. The most recent collaborations are with Tether and Curve Finance. Tether is the first stablecoin on the Ton blockchain, and currently there are more than 500,000 monthly active addresses that interacts with stablecoins. And the Curve Finance team will help Ton to develop a robust exchange for swapping stablecoins. Also, interesting thing is that Ton's roadmap includes the launch of new bridges to Ethereum and BNB Smart Chain, and I think it's very important that they will develop and publish toolkits for developers on Sharding. And Sharding, it's one of the main scalability features of Ton. And for example, today during this airdrop of Hamster Combat, they utilize this feature. And under the hood, each user will interact with a smart contract which was deployed specifically for this user, and this distributes load on the blockchain among a lot of smart contracts.
What is Xircus? Xircus is a no-code, low-code Telegram mini app deployer. That you could actually have a mini app in minutes. So this is exactly what we've been doing. So it's a no-code solution where you could actually utilize we call it Studio, which is a product where you can instantly deploy an app. And then we also have another version of that, which is the low-code, which is actually it is built using we created our own SDKs that is being used with the apps that we're building. So developers or entrepreneurs, they have this two different paths that they can take, whether that's a no-code one, which is deploying your app right away, select from various different templates like WordPress. Like you want a marketplace, you wanted a Quest app, if you want the Launchpad, a Dex, those kind of options. But we also have the low-code solution, which is they can utilize our own SDK into their app and deploy their app with those SDK and let those apps utilize our APIs and all the other functionality features that we're offering. So what we're doing is that we're helping out projects, from like conceptualization to like building customization to deployment. So right now, I mean, with regards to a lot of entrepreneurs who wanted to get onboard into Web3, the problem is that they don't have, most probably don't know how to actually do it, or probably don't have experience to actually, like for example, write some smart contracts, or how to communicate with like the blockchain APIs and those kind of stuff. So we've created those already, and we're actually, we simplified how users could actually customize and deploy something. So if they already have an idea and they wanted to like launch a Web3 app, we've depending on the type of idea, most of the time those are the ones that are already existing, or they wanted to like showcase that to another set of community that they have. So they could kind of like deploy an app, and then from there customize it with to our no-code solution. It's actually more customizable. You could actually kind of like add, we call it UI components that are drag and drop, and then they can just integrate it into the pages. And those UI blocks contain special functions depending on the type of functionality on the Web3 they want. For example, if it's a marketplace, if you wanted to mint like NFTs, they could add an NFT minter onto their web app. If they want to include a staking functionality, they could just instantly add that UI component that contains the staking thing, and so on and so forth. So kind of like one app that could have different kind of functionality depending on the type of UI blocks they're adding. And then they could ship the product after they deploy it. They can ship it right away, let the users test it, so that they could actually start letting user validating their ideas, whether that idea that they have with a little customization that they did, whether that idea is something that the community wants as well, and that would actually drive users into their app. And from there, if with success, if they were able to onboard users, then they could actually grow it into something better, right? So, but right now we actually have we've opened just recently a new program. We call it an Xgems program, which is our incubation program. And what we do is that we are partnering with projects that wanted to either an existing one or a new one that is the ones who actually move from, to the Tom blockchain Telegram ecosystem. And so we're actually helping them and letting them build utilizing our SDKs. And that is actually our low-code solution. So, well, why Xircus? Well, we actually, as what I mentioned earlier, we actually built our software development kits that are being utilized as well by our no-code solution and all the mini apps that are deployed using Xircus services. So that is those mini apps are actually integrated with our microservices. So and I could actually talk about as microservices features in the future probably, but this is just to simplify it. And each app is built uniquely with different type of SDK. For example, if it's a Quest app for Telegram mini apps, it contains a Quest SDK. If it's a marketplace, it contains a marketplace SDK. So it's kind of like tailored fit depending on what kind of features and functionality they want. So what we're actually, as what I mentioned earlier, we've actually started to open our incubation program, which is called Xgems. And what we're actually doing here is that we are helping out projects who, there are certain areas of their platform that they need help. For example, 2 months ago, we've helped EVA Protocol, which is actually a liquidity platform, to launch their own Quest app. They have a liquidity platform on Ton, but they also wanted to launch their Quest app. So we helped them with setting up their Quest app in like 30 minutes with our solution. And then we also help other projects that are starting. Let's say the one from Maneka, which is an entertainment platform. So we help them with our low-code solution where we actually deploy their app in 3 weeks. And then lastly, the one that we recently helped, which is Moonton, is actually the one that is it's a game, it's a tapper game basically, but it does contain some bar mechanics and game mechanics on it that is instantly rewarding users. And this is kind of like an experimental app for us and for the team, because it's we wanted to test whether something like the users would be able would actually wanted to kind of like pay for a small amount of, let's say, 0.1 Ton to actually to buy some, like, let's say, like mystery packs or premium services within the game. And we've actually verified it. There are really in Ton, there are actually users that are willing to buy just to get an advantage onto the app. Just to give you numbers what we're actually doing. So it's already revenue generating less than $50,000 now, accumulated around 1.4 million users. The users are really engaged because of the game virality mechanics. So this is actually how we assisted them with from launch up to the onboarding. This is Falco. This is our CEO. Eric DeGudo is actually here, our COO, and Charles, our CSO, just Chief of Strategy. Right now, we're actually partnering with couple more projects that are really interesting in the space. And the recent one that we're going to be launching this week is Parachute, which is actually a launchpad in Ton, which already has a solid community of investors on it. They raised funds for us during like 2 months ago, and we're helping them out with launching their own Quest app. But eventually, we would actually add more features and functionalities to it. And there are other projects that we're helping out and basically onboarding them for Ton and Telegram. So we're really into helping out projects or helping out entrepreneurs wanted to get on board into Ton Telegram. We also have this new program that we are going to be launching, which is basically helping out projects that are in EVM and Solana wanted to move to Ton Telegram so that they could they would have their own mini app, because it's a different environment. You have it on desktop and you also have it on Telegram. So those are two different device environment. And if you're on Telegram, you wanted to take full advantage of what Telegram actually offers onto its as a mini app, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I guess that's too much for me. Yeah, I'm so happy to share what Xircus is about.
Thanks for having me today. I'm excited to talk about opportunities to use Telegram as a source for grass hacking for Web3 space. And I'm one of the founders of the platform that we call as community service. And what we've been doing recently is working on different options, how soulbound tokens, protocols, and decentralized identity, and kind of customer data aggregation can be used in Web3. And that's how we got recently to the pivot towards Telegram, because we see that as one of the popular places where we can host community and we can automate all the business processes around growth and customer acquisition and retention. I've been recently through Ton acceleration platform, so that's also gives us a little bit of in-depth knowledge of what's going on in this space. So essentially what we're focusing on in this project is on the problem that Web3 audience started stagnating. And they've been around this argument that we're still early, that we need a killer app to move it forward. But what we see either mostly grows around kind of crypto holders coming from centralized application. There is not that much of the growth around decentralized apps usage or everyday Web3 related apps usage. And we're trying to look into what can be done to build the strategy to change it and to start reaching out to the real users. And if we look kind of into the kind of background of these problems, so what's happening around like most common strategies to build outreach through QLs, through questing platforms, and to some extent what we're building is also a questing platform, is a huge percentage of bots, is a big population of kind of this closed community of professional hunters. They have their own in the space, but we can't target only people who are following like 2, 3, 500 of different projects and just stick around waiting for the airdrops. So what can be changed and what we're trying to build is just automate the whole flow of marketing strategy for Web3 projects, from content creation to the execution and distribution. And there is a way to do that inside the Telegram ecosystem with current focus on kind of templating and creating a no-code environment for more complicated gamification mechanics. So the goal is to get away from pure like share retweet things and start communicating the mission and kind of meaning and all the products that we're all building in the Web3, and create more sophisticated engagement techniques to interact with your audience. So right now we're in the beta stage of the product. We're releasing this central part with no-code tooling for gamification, which means templates for hyper-casual games and quests and quizzes and surveys and competitions, things like that, that can be easily customized towards content and visuals of our partnering brand. And that will convert into communication through Telegram mini apps with the audiences on Telegram. And on the background, we can see kind of the truth, who are these people, what is the kind of segregation, and all the standard Web3 CRM analytics. One of the arguments and how we started kind of putting more effort and attention specifically on the Telegram and narrowing our choices to build closely inside this ecosystem is the opportunity to kind of break out of this hunting cycle and start reaching out to different target audiences. And there are 3 ways right now how Telegram can help. One is its native Telegram advertisement that they recently launched. Another one is peer-to-peer promotion, so which looks normally like a regular post in other people's or QLs or influencers channels, which can achieve through marketplaces or direct partnerships. And the third one that we're super excited about is the ability to advertise on other people's applications, which are mostly also Telegram mini apps, which are either automated through platforms like Xgems or also achieved through kind of direct partnerships that can put your banner or include you in the in-app quests. So these 3 things are very powerful and give good results in terms of retention and an ability to target the audience you're interested in. For example, it's like people who are not yet Web3 native, but might be interested in topics like AI, DeepIn, or maybe gaming. And that's one of the types of products that we're working with in the Web3 space, is the one that have complicated enough products like DeFi or DeepIn. And one of the cases that we had was a sister product who do AI-related kind of tokenization of small language models, which is in itself not a kind of easy thing to communicate, and also kind of short narrative to tell to the audience. So that was one of the goals that we're trying to reach there, is to prepare the audience for future TAFNet incentive program, to tell the story of like what the brand is about, and prepare the team for fundraising, backing them for future token launch with people who understand and are really interested about the product. So for them, the tooling was to convert the long reads about them into little bits of information and put in the form of quizzes with soulbound tokens, the reward system, so we can start tracking the early adopters and prepare kind of the information about the audience. And then on the side of amplification, we chose targeting on Telegram all the subscribers by the topic of like Web3 plus AI, development of deepin, machine learning in general. So that we were attracting particular members that they were wanting to work with. In other cases, things like meme coin or projects who are gaming by nature but don't have the product yet to interact. So the goal there is to communicate with the audience, entertain them in the meantime, generate some reputational system inside the community, and prepare it for airdrops or for other kind of perks that the product is ready to distribute. For this type of partners, we choose like more engaging kind of templates for hyper casual games where all the assets can be customized towards what the partner wants to see, like replace the main images, logos, backgrounds, stuff like that. And here the main benefits is the speed. So we're kind of cutting short like any no cool tools in terms of production and development. And there is simple thing with reliable information about the community activations that our partners get as a result. So to sum up, like what we see kind of has ups and downs and kind of unresolved problems in the Telegram plus Ton ecosystem today. On one side, there is still a market opportunity to work with creators because quality of what you see as a QL or influencers marketplaces can definitely be improved, as well as the process of kind of doing these deals and sharing kind of the request. In other parts is we see a lot of Web3 projects underestimate the importance of strategy, both customer acquisition strategy, retention, how they're going to be communicating their mission and vision. And that can be partially automated. That's what we're aiming to do with the AI component of the product, kind of assisting decision making, choose like right tone of voice, right distribution of channels of the outreach. But essentially, that's something that more projects can work better with and pay more attention. Maybe it's not fully related to Telegram, but on the strategic level, it's important. And what can work well and what shows good results is a combination of right amplification strategy and having gamification or ongoing campaigns running. Because with see that when people join and there is nothing to do inside the community and there is not yet the product ready to start using it, then you have lower retention compared to when you have both in place. So here tooling like ours or some questing applications might help. So it start generating some relationships and some traction from each users who can join. And the other thing is, again, brand awareness is important, and not throwing too much stuff into like complicated narratives on the users, and use a lot of instruments to split it into more digestible bits to kind of guide the user step by step. Again, it's slower process compared to onboarding a hunter and promising the hunter an airdrop in like a month. But that works if we really intend to land some people to use the product or to stay in the community, make a decision, vote for something, and be a part of what we see as the Web3 original narrative supposed to be. So again, the question to the community here, whether you're satisfied with the strategy that you have now and you think that your brand is winning this audience, and it would be interesting to see which practices and which problems you're encountering in this space. And we're looking forward to collaborate with more projects. We're quite early stage, so we are ready to be more hands-on and super interested in talking more about growth hacking and Telegram.
So my name is Joseph. I'm the CEO of Moonton, and today I'll tell you about our project that will open new horizons of development to the Ton ecosystem. So I want to start this pitch with the fact that recently there has been very big interest into trading through decentralized exchanges. And I think that the best case that shows that is the boom of the meme coins market on Solana. That actually happens thanks to decentralized exchanges, because they not only lowered their financial and technical threshold for funders to develop new and launch new project, but it also allows easily to create liquidity and enter the market. Also, the price movements on decentralized exchanges works through the mathematical model rather than the glass model on centralized exchanges, and that means that you are able to easily increase the price and manipulate it and bring hype around your project on the early stages. Also, decentralized exchanges offer more security for users since their funds never leave their wallet to a centralized party. So that being said, to give you some numbers, only in April, the trading volume of meme coins on Solana has reached more than $70 billion. So the main problem of decentralized exchanges is their lack of intercommunication. Saying that, it means on centralized exchange, you can trade and withdraw any asset that you're trading on any available network that the centralized exchange is offering. But on DEXs, you're only limited to moving the asset within the blockchain that the specific DEX you're trading on is working on. So to solve this problem, the crypto society has created bridges. I think that most of you are familiar with it. So bridges are solving the problem of transferring the assets between different blockchains decentralized way. However, the main problem that is that's occurring into the bridge market is the fact that it's only supporting the native tokens of the chains it's built on. So by native tokens, I mean bridges built on Solana only supports mainly Solana to bridge and stablecoins, of course, but their lack of supporting non-native tokens. And as I said before, given the fact of boom of meme coins and other tokens that are facing a very big demand of trading through DEXs, this problem is becoming more pivotal. So by non-native tokens, I mean meme coins, DeFi projects, and gamified projects. So basically altcoins that are not the native tokens on the chain. So it's very nice that actually Anton has his speech before me, because now I'm going to pitch the Ton and its expansion. So I think that everyone has really noticed the demand and hype around Ton network this year and its international expansion. So this year there have been a lot of innovation and discoveries in the development of the Ton ecosystem. I think the main one is the integration of the Ton wallet and Ton blockchain into the Telegram app, which has more than 1 billion users now. Also, Ton is more and more investing in supporting the development of other projects on their chains. And meme coins is not an exemption with like meme coins like Redo, Notcoin. Also today, Hamster Combat. I hope it goes higher. Yeah, so given the user base that Telegram has and the unprecedented fact of integration between blockchain and social network, we at Moonton believe that Ton will be the leader of all crypto market in the upcoming bull run. However, one of the main criteria for achieving this is the possibility of intercommunication and the products built around intercommunication on the Ton network. So given the fact that we believe in Ton and the demand we saw for DEX trading of non-native tokens, we have become an idea of Moonton. So Moonton is a Ton-based interoperability ecosystem that opens up the possibility of omnichain integration for non-native tokens. At the heart, we have in-house built dual-sided bridge that makes it easy and safe to move assets between Ton, Sol, Ethereum, Cosmos, and in the future, Ethereum L2s like Avalanche, Polygon, Arbitrum, and others. So our solution gives a lot of advantages to users, partners, and developers. Speaking about developers, we're developing all our products and the bridge focused on their further easiness of integration into other projects. So we're going to create an API of all our products that will be very easily for developers to be integrated into the apps or other applications through the API. And this will allow them to like freely utilize our technologies. And also we're gonna launch a grant program for developers to develop based on API of our products. To give you one example that we're already talking to is a team from Berkeley. So given the recent hype of platforms like Pump Fun, what we are talking about building is an omni-chain meme token launcher. So like not launching the token just on one chain, but through using the bridge and through using the technology that we have to disperse the liquidity to different chains, they will be able to build a platform like Pump Fund, but that launches onto different chains, and that has a lot of advantages. Yeah, so jumping on the partners, partners is in fact the main engine of our project, of our revenue in the future. So the omni-chain solutions that we're building will allow them to create liquidity on different chains. So for example, one of the top like solutions and products we are offering to our partners based on our bridge is called YOLO. And it's not you only live once, but it's translated to initial omni-chain liquidity offering. So what this does is it's taking part of liquidity on the chain that the partner is existing at. Let's say like it's a Pepe on Ethereum, and then we bridge this its liquidity to Ton. Also, we create a liquidity on Ton based on the part of liquidity that they gave us. And this will allow them to fully integrate and connect with their Ethereum like main Pepe token, but also they'll have a token on Ton that they can integrate into building new applications. For example, building a like Telegram mini app of a game of a Pepe using like the Pepe token on Ton and then connecting everything with Ethereum. So this services will allow them to utilize Ton technologies. Also, it will increase their trading volume based on the fact that now it will be available to mass audience of Ton network. So it will recruit users from the new network. And also it will enable investors to earn money through arbitrage. And arbitrage will be a big thing in this case because since the decentralized exchanges pools work through mathematical model that is translated towards the amount of liquidity that you put in. Since you're putting in a lot less liquidity in the network that you're bridging to, always the price movement will be a lot larger than on the main chain that you're into. So there will be always an arbitrage opportunity for earning money. Yeah, so although our project is an investment project, we have kind of decided to like offset the investment round after we'll already launch a product. So I just want to say that next week we should have our testnet app, which will support Ton to Ethereum and Ton to Sol bridges on the testnet through our testnet tokens that we created. And yeah, also in that regard, we decided to launch a retro campaign, which means that you'll be able to test our testnet yourself to bridge the tokens that we'll be offering that we created. And at the end, we'll have like a whole campaign around it, and the winners will get airdrop at TGE. So it's plans for the main launch. As I said, we decided to kind of put our money first behind our words and then like take the investment round. So we're launching our testnet, and in the future weeks, we're going to be onboarding our first partners on the mainnet. Then after that, we're going to go through some investment rounds, and then we're going to plan the TGE approximately in 2 months after this talk.